One book can change everything. Discover revelations that spark courage, ignite dreams, and remind you who you truly are. From timeless classics to bold new voices, find your next inspiration in every page of Dr. Segun Olugbemi's books, such as Lessons from 30 Years of Marriage. Marriage is much more than a social contract. It is an institution established by God Himself. The man was never created to live in isolation, independent, alone, or all self-sufficient by himself. For two are better than one because they have a better reward for their labor. Red flags. Deception turns rulers into subjects and makes the wise foolish. It is the reason behind every failure, loss, pain, or regret. The life coach. The lessons we learn in life are: precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little, there a little. Wisdom is loaded in all of creation. Therefore, the responsibility of discovery is on you. Defeating the mother frog syndrome. Mother frog syndrome is symptomatic of a lifestyle that is comfortable with whatever life throws at it. A man with great dreams who is unwilling to do anything about it. It is a reactionary life rather than an active one. A life that responds rather than initiates. Without conquest, there can be no victory. Without reaching, there is no getting. This is an apt description of what today's church looks like. This book teaches you how to kill these lethargic and apathetic lives. Mercy Extended. The vision that has led to this timely exposition on the rising new Church of Jesus Christ is clearly detailed in this book. It distinguishes between the Solomon Church and the Davidic Church, the significance of the donkey upon which no man ever sat on the occasion of the triumphant entry, vis-a-vis the present-day reformers in the rising church who have an understanding that Jesus Christ is either Lord of all or not at all. Prophetic confrontation. Prophecies are divine and accurate foretelling of the future to an individual, group, or nation by God. However, the recipient of prophecy has a key role to play in seeing it come to pass as foretold and benefiting from it, since most prophecies are conditions. Silent years. The silent years are the years we spend without being noticed. They are years of thorough preparation of a vessel by the Master Himself for His unique use. In this jet age of fast food, fast information, online church, online Bibles, and fast Christianity, many Christians, leaders inclusive, do not see the need to truly wait on God as in the days of Elijah. Obadiah Commission. There is a reason the word independence is not used in any translation of the Bible. One of the reasons is that God never meant for us to be independent of Him or one another. We are to be dependent on God and interdependent on one another. Lessons from the Patriarchs, Volume 1 and 2. Every information in the Bible has a message for us. We sure can learn from the names, places, numbers, people, principles, and instructions therein. You can order all these books and more on Amazon or call +2 34805 116 6211.
Hello there, good evening. Thank you for joining us on TLC, the Life Coach. It's been an amazing time on this platform. Please, we need you to help us. Join hands with us and let's spread the word. Share to all your platforms, your friends, your family members, and any other group that you belong to, and let them get blessed with this. And we've been speaking about different areas. We just recently talked about change. 5 steps to change, the elements of change. So we will see that. I will be beginning a series of some musings about life, and then some nuggets, golden nuggets, and I hope that blesses you too. One thing you can do to listen to the to previous episodes is to go to our YouTube, Segun Olugbemi TV. If you go to that YouTube channel, go to the live section there, and then you're going to see that there's a playlist for the Moment of Transformation and playlist for TLC, the Life Coach. So you can play back past episodes, save them on your device, and enjoy them in your private moment. Then on the Facebook, for instance, you can simply click to save them there, and then also go to my page right now, and then you look at the video section, and then if you click on it, you see past episodes of TLC. Today, I want to talk to you about something that we rarely consider in our human relation, and that is benefits of doubt. And that never fails. So I jokingly I would say, or jokingly I say, BOD never fails. You see, we all desire to be given the benefit of doubt. We don't want people to make harsh judgment about us. We don't want them to run to conclusion. Trust and understanding are essential for sustainability in human interactions. We often judge others by their actions, while we are expecting them to, while we expect them or we expect to be judged by our own intentions. But the golden rule applies here. You treat others the way you want to be treated. The Holy Book advises that we should listen to all sides before making judgment. Therefore, it shows immaturity to conclude an individual or a situation, to make conclusions on them, pass judgment on them, without first giving them the benefit of the doubt. It is not right. It's not a sign of maturity when you just run people down without necessarily finding out what is going on with them. Now, I say this, I've used this illustration so many times. It has never failed once. So I take a book, if it's a Bible, if it's anything, I'll give them a verse, I said, and I will bring out 4 persons here. I said, please, can you read this? The 4 persons will stay, apart. And then I will call the first one close to me and said, don't tell anyone that I told you this. It's between you and I. And I will give him a portion to read. He reads that. I say, read it again. I say, read it again. Do you get it? Don't tell anyone that I told you this. Then I say, tell the next person. Calls the person aside, whispers the same thing. Calls the third. The second person will call the third will call the fourth. Then when I ask the fourth, he has not heard anything reasonable. No, nothing reasonable from what I said originally. Then I trace them down to the first man and discover that the first man was the one who actually gave a wrong information. Why? Immediately you gave him the information, 90% of the information I gave him now. It has only been 2 minutes and he can't remember 90% of the information. So what happens when it is a day or 2 days or 3 days or 7 days or 1 month or 1 year, and you hope to have a clean recollection with all the mirage of issues and circumstances that are hitting you? No, you can't. Your memory is not that good. You are not that excellent. Even if you have photographic memory, you have so many things to put in that. So hearing something about someone or about a situation and making a judgment without being patient enough to really find out if these things are so, it's a sign that you're not mature. And how would you like to be judged in such a bad manner? If someone were to, you heard that someone that you care about had passed judgment on you without asking you. And you say, Mr. Man, but I trusted you, my sister. Why did you do this to me? You couldn't even wait enough to go. You didn't even give me a modicum of respect just to ask me questions. If you had waited, I would have explained. Look at the evidence here. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. But the sorry cannot heal the distrust that you created by not giving them benefit of doubt. Why must you give benefit of the doubt to people? Giving a person the benefit of the doubt frees you from passing judgment before understanding the details of the matter. You just will help yourself not to begin to eat the crow. Don't begin to, because swallowing our words can be very difficult sometimes. Be patient. Okay, I've heard you. Oh, is that what you're going to say? Somebody sent a clip to me of a pastor. He spoke about this. He spoke about this. Oh, this must be the reason he said that, because he had this problem and he had that problem. That must be the reason he said what. And I said, And the person calls me. Is that all you're going to say? Don't you have anything to say to contribute to what I just said? I said, I don't have. If I have an opinion about any issue, It's not compulsory. First, it's not compulsory to have opinions about everything. And secondly, if I do, I am not under any obligation. I'm not compelled to voice it out. Thirdly, you only send me a clip that, for God's sake, that 3 minutes can be taken out of context. Anything I've said here can be taken out of context. You can make it mean what I said, especially even in these days of AI. And somebody can be made to say something that he never really said. Do you understand what I'm saying? And somebody will put the words into his mouth, and AI can do a perfect job at convincing you that he's the one that said it or did it. So I said, I don't have any opinion about this. I'm sorry. Oh, well, maybe because it's your colleague, that's why you don't want to be caught criticizing. I said, that is my lifestyle. If anyone says similar thing against you, I will do exactly what I'm doing. I don't run people down with that I don't understand. I don't believe evil of people until I see them do it. Nobody will tell me that this is an evil person. I want to see you do it. I will give you the benefit of the doubt. Until I see you do it, then I make my decision on that. You know, I could be cautious because somebody has warned me. I will be cautious, I'll slow down, and I will look at you again and again, and I'm being very slow and being careful, but I'm not necessarily going to turn my back against you. I had an experience sometimes in the United States in 2018 when somebody told me of another person. I was in New Jersey also area, and this person told me of another person in Maryland, and he said this person is an angel. Whatever committed into this person that works perfectly. He said, if there's anyone you can close your eyes, believe and trust in and anything, that's the person. I'm back to Nigeria. And this other person discovered that we're in link because he brought us together. And we started relating together. And I will feedback. I said, look, this is the feedback, this is the relationship, this is what's going on. This is what we discussed. In case the person calls you, this is what we discussed. I usually do that, except they don't want me to do it. I will say, look, this is it. You can cross-check the information just to keep a clean slate. And then the person said, oh, be very careful now. Don't be close because evil. This person is this. I said, what? You just told me this person was an angel. How did you arrive at this? And then we began to fall. So when I got back to the States, it was time to actually visit this individual. And I went there. And I saw this person was completely opposite of what I had, or what he was trying to say. It was actually the angel that she told me about this person initially. About a couple of weeks later, the person got to know that I was aware that I heard so many negative things. And he called me and said, you heard all these bad things about me and you still visited me? I said, yes. He said, why were you not afraid that I was going to implicate you or put you in big trouble or this, despite all the evil you find about me? I said, well, I don't believe people. Told me you are an angel, and whatever is committed into your hands delivers perfectly. And then all of a sudden, because you felt that the person was gaining an inroad to me, relationship with me, you said it's a devil, and you now want me to believe that. I said, these two don't match up. I will not believe evil of this person. And I discovered that you are an angel. I'm done with that. I'm not even going to say any word about it. And he said, you are such a glorious man. You are such a gracious man. I said, that's my lifestyle. I don't want people to judge me on the basis of what they hear. At least hear from me first. At least talk to me. Okay? Number two, you'll be adhering to biblical principle that says you should be slow, quick to hear, and slow to speak. Look, there's nothing that can save you from committing the sin of your tongue, the sin of the tongue, than being slow to speak when you hear things. There's no one you give the hoe to who will not dig the ground under him, who will not cultivate under him. Everybody wants to explain things that will favor him. Keep quiet. Just zip up. Be patient. Be quick to hear. Be slow to speak. Number three, you will be insured against caustic and unkind censorousness, judgmental spirit, as you treat others the way you want to be treated. What does that mean? It is an insurance that if I treat you rightly, I am sowing a seed for myself. I'm paying forward how I want to be treated. This universe is framed in a way that it's going to give you, it serves you what will serve others. Every seed is a cause and effect world. Give and it shall be given unto you. Whatever a man sows, that shall he reap. That's how it is. The measure you give to people, the measure you are served. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not a matter of trying to this. If you are used to judging other people, you'll be judged like that. If you are used to condemning other people without giving them benefits of that, that's the same way they will treat you. All right? Giving the benefits of that frees you from unnecessary sentiments and anger against people undeservedly. Okay. How many of you today are currently angry against people you have never met before? You've never met them before. You were not a beneficiary of their policies. You've never been affected directly by what they did or what they didn't do. You have never been hurt by this individual. You don't even know them, probably. You only heard the story and you make up your mind, let's go get him. Let's cut off his head. How would you like to be in that same situation? So when you give people benefit of that, you say, well, you've told me this. Thank you for the information, but I've not met this person before. It is not right to judge them like this. Whenever I meet him, I'm going to ask. Should I ask? You say, okay, I will make my private investigation, do my personal investigation. Whatever I come up with, I'll let you know. But I can't make up my mind until I've done that. Otherwise, you can develop angst and sentiments, unnecessary sentiment and anger against people undeservedly. The next thing is that it helps you build character as you defend people in their absence. You won't be guilty of condemning the innocent one. You can't afford to condemn the innocent when they are not. So it's a good strength of character. Don't ever leave any situation the way you made them. Put the best construction on every matter. And I made this many years a policy of my life. If you tell me anything, I defend the one who is not there. Because he doesn't have a platform to defend himself. You're saying this to me when he wasn't there or she wasn't there. You're saying this to me when he has no power to defend himself. If I make up my mind and decide against him, how does that? If it means that he will have to die, then we kill an innocent person. If only I got to discover he never did that. No! So giving benefit of the doubt will help you, will make you not guilty of condemning the innocent. Do you understand? Early in my leadership, I learned some relationship skills in this area that helped me navigate, the treacherous part of human development and interactions. You might learn a thing or two from these experiences. Number one, put the best construction on every matter. I learned not to be negative about issues or people from the word go. Putting the best construction on every matter helps you make excuses for them and on behalf of these people. And, you can ask my wife this. She will say to me, this is you. You'll be defending them. You make excuses for everybody. You will say you don't know what to do. This is what I told you. They did this to me. And then you are saying, you are making excuses. I said, they didn't do it to me. He said, they will do it to you one day. I said, let's wait until they do that to me. If you want me to help correct something for you, I will. But I will not make up my mind to condemn the innocent. Sorry. They're not here. If the person is not here, I'm going to defend the person. I've listened to you. If this thing you explained to me is exactly what happened, you were not treated right. That was not supposed to be. But that is until I know why the person or what happened, that this thing. And if I see the person, is it true that what happened between you and so? Why did you treat this person like this? I didn't know how that's how the person felt, how she felt. That's why, okay, that was very bad. Go and apologize. I didn't know that. But now that you've confessed to me that you did it, you did foolishly, go and apologize. For me, it's safer for me. My conscience is clear. I don't condemn the one that is not there. I don't judge anyone. That doesn't mean I can't judge. It doesn't mean that if a person needs to be condemned, if you don't be condemned or judged, but I need to be sure that indeed it is so before I do that. Okay? Until that time, defend the absent, the absentee. Defend the innocent. Defend the man. Consider hold him innocent until proven guilty. Don't make him guilty until proven innocent. Okay? the law should only be the one to prove him guilty. So until such a time, don't run them down, defend the one that is absent, put the best construction, say, oh, I'm so sorry, the person hurt you. And I'm the one to apologize. I said, if this person did this, that's not right. Sorry, you don't deserve that. You're such a good person. Sorry about it. I think you may not have understood the intention. Let's find out how, and then try to look into it. But don't pass judgment. Give them benefit of doubt. Okay? Number 2, never believe the malice of anyone or evil against anyone until you have seen it for yourself. You may not have experienced it, but watch out first. Investigate it. Check it out first. Now, listen. Let me talk to you briefly about one of your colleagues, the one that you had engagement with. You know, maybe Josephine, maybe Michael, or whatever the name is. Do you know the person said this against you? Do you know the person is doing this? Do you know the person is dating this? And then they tell you that. All of a sudden, when you cast yourself in that image, everything that had happened between you and this individual will start making sense to you, even though it's not true, even though these accusations are not true. No wonder the last time we were in the taxi together, the person was acting one kind. Is that so? Now I understand. I can see why he said this. Everything starts falling in place until you talk to the person, and the person said there's nothing like that. To call him. Is it true? Sorry, I was just kidding. I was pranking you. And then you will now see your folly, your foolishness in adducing something to the things, events of the past. Events that are past. Just because someone told you this person is evil or this and that, and you believed it, then you start reading meaning into the things that had happened before, believing that that person was like that. Stop it. We're better than this. There's a better version of you, the angelic version of you. Stop running each other down, please. It can be surprising when people accept negative reports about us without us investigating the truth. Once you accept an evil report about someone, it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. You will always, almost, certainly begin to perceive them through that negative prism, that negative lens. Likely, you're going to see that evil in them, and by reading evil report into their past as well as their future actions. You don't want to do that. Their future action, okay? You don't want to do that. Number 3, always give people the benefit of the doubt until they prove you wrong. It is wise to let them take on the responsibility of proving you wrong instead of, telling you the right thing, and then you become the wrong one because you have, said evil against them. I used to say this to people, and I tell them all the time. I said, look, I have nothing to lose by believing that you are a good man. You prove to me that you are a bad person, and I have nothing to believe. It was Maya Angelou, the poet, the late poet of blessed memory, who said, when people introduce themselves to you the first time, when people tell you who they are the first time, believe them. I always say that. I always believe that. If we have a business meeting, at the first meeting you did mentally wrong, and I will be watching you with my 4 eyes, not 2 eyes, because you just presented something to me. And the first thing, if I just cut out, I say, hey, they say, oh no, it is a, hey, and after they say, I was only kidding. No, the first thing you said came spontaneously. That was in your subconscious. So I give you the responsibility of proving me wrong, but you prove me wrong, but I say you're a good man. If I want some people there, I say he's a good man. I refuse to believe him. He's a good man. I know he's good. He may have made some mistakes. He's a good person. But if you choose to be stupid and you prove me wrong, I have no other choice than to believe that. A young man came to me and then he said, oh, Daddy, you're my father. And I said, I was all that to you. Why did you do this? At the slightest opportunity you had, you sold me out. You betrayed me, you backstabbed me, you tried to destroy my family. This and this and this you did. Oh, and then he shed some few crocodile tears. Oh, I didn't know that's how you felt. That's how I felt. Oh, I'm so sorry. I said, it's okay, you are forgiven. Ever before you came, I already said you are forgiven. And I said, what is not clear is that we are not fully reconciled. I said, I can't restore you back to the position you used to be with me. Because the last time you were in that position and you had the slightest privilege, you sold me out, you stabbed my heart, stabbed my family heart, stabbed the hearts. Everybody in the family was wounded. You tried to destroy my family. Now stay away from my family. Stay away from my wife. She developed, some health condition because of your action. Stay away. And you stay away. We will relate from a distance. Until you have now earned, because I gave you the opportunity. I trusted you that you are a good man. I trusted that you are pure. I trusted your motives are clean. You are a good person. Then you labored so hard to prove me wrong that you are an evil man. You have to labor now to tell me now that you are a good person. And a lot of people think forgiveness and reconciliation are the same. No, forgiveness is given, is a given. You forgive the person without necessarily even thinking about it. The person doesn't have to come to beg you before you forgive them. Just leave them, let them go. Don't have anything, don't be angry, don't be bitter again. Release them. That does not exonerate them from the laws of nature. One of the laws of nature, whatever you sow, you reap. Whatever you measure, the measure you give out, the measure you get. They will get that. It's coming to them. But release them. What takes a lot of work is reconciliation, where they want to come back to be your best friend. They want to become daddy, daughter, daddy, son, and all those pali friends. Oh, you say, the last time I gave you the opportunity, you didn't use it quite well. Please, you have to walk yourself back. Earn my trust now. Because I gave you the trust on a platter, you messed it up. Number 4, don't judge a situation until you have heard both sides. Someone once said that there are 3 sides to every story: his side, your side, and the truth. Drawing conclusions based on only one perspective ignores the other 2 sides, and that is not a wise thing to do. Do you understand? His side, your side, and the truth. Number 5, everyone who explains himself will always want to explain how the story will benefit him. They never tell you where they are wrong. In fact, I used to ask people, in this relationship, what do you think you have done wrong? Almost 95 or 98 or 99% of the time they say, I can't see what I've done wrong. And I said, The moment they said, I just nod my head. This guy is not ready to change. I may not say anything to you, but you are not ready to change. Because it takes 2 to tango. You know that dance they call tango? 2 people, 2 people do that, not 1. And let me tell you this, the person may be wrong 95%, and you are wrong 5%. You have to identify what that 5% is before you can make progress in that relationship or in future relationships. You understand me? The person might just be, the person might be difficult, maybe hard, gossip, maybe just a bad stuff. But what happens if, when you ought to say no, you didn't know how to say no? What happens if you are not relational and the person is relational and needed your attention and you did not respond? What happens when you are cold when you ought to have been exciting and all that? What happens when the person expected basic leadership and you don't provide it? What happens when? So you see, in life, all these things are there. That there is something you didn't do right that may have engendered, that thing, or that enhanced the deterioration of that relationship. Your job is wake up, accept the reality that you contributed something, no matter how minute, and then begin to work on it and correct your own side. Number 5, resist the urge to voice your opinion on any issue until you have gathered all the necessary facts. Opinions are like noses. Everyone has one, but they all have a couple of holes. Always remind yourself and remember that it is not always necessary to offer your opinion on every matter unless asked. You don't have to always say something, hey, why don't you talk? Why don't you give us your opinion? Why don't this? Why not that? Wait until someone asks of your opinion. Don't always try to project yourself to show you a thinker, to show you an opinion leader. That's folly. Okay, number 6, don't define a person by their weakness or their weakest moments. All right? Don't define anyone by his weakest moments. We all have them. We all have weak moments. We won't want to be judged by those weak moments. A person's true worth is not determined by their lowest points, as those moments do not reflect their true character. Consider giving them the benefit of doubt and getting to know them one-on-one. That will better the relationship. That will help you to make better comparison between the one you used to know and the one you heard about. See, we have our weak moments, man. We have moments when we're not in our best. We don't want to be judged by those weak moments. I knew a man many years ago. He's not here with us anymore. And he had called me, and he's always this genial man, and then counsel and all that. And this man was upset by someone in another office where he had a very large money that was coming in. And this person upset him, top of his voice, and said, "What happened? Why will you do this to me?" He was screaming. And when he finished, he was told that Reverend was around. And he couldn't bear to see me. He was ashamed. And he sent the wife to me and said, "Reverend, my husband said, he's so sorry. He cannot see you." That he's upset, and he felt that you heard him like this, that you should forgive him and all that. I said, no. It's not always like that. Occasionally we find ourselves in these corners. It's okay. Tell him to take it easy. We will meet another time. Tell him to take it easy. Everything will be all right. I'll be praying for him. I didn't say anything. And later he said, "Reverend, called me. I'm so sorry. I felt ashamed." I said, no, don't be. We all have our low moments. It was a meltdown. That's not who you are. It did happen, but that's not happened. You are not what happened. All right? You are not what happened. It was something that happened to you that triggered you and got you there. That is not who you are. And it doesn't happen every time. I have never seen you like that. And until he passed away, I never saw him that way. Try to give somebody benefit of doubt today. Give him benefit of the doubt today. They deserve it. That's what you want. We're doing it for you. I will do the same for you. People will do the same for you when you do that. Protect each other. Stop casting each other. Stop condemning each other. Stop judging each other. That's the way you do it. Even in your colleagues, treat them the way you want to be treated. Give them opportunity to believe the best of them until you see them do something negative. All right? So thank you so much. Our time is gone, and this has been TLC. Please share this with your friends and your family and on different platforms. And until I come your way next week, same time, this has been TLC, your life coach, Segun Olugbemi.
Remember, your journey of self-discovery is a continuous one, and never stop believing in your ability to grow. Thank you for listening to The Life Coach.